You'll notice he no longer suffers delusions of humanity.
Affirmative.
What's up now, pump chick?
Has editing your content become a burden, or you just don't have the skill set?
I wish I could focus on content production, but post-editing takes so much time and effort.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We'll look no further. Here at Asylum 99 Studios, I can help you create professional quality videos that will be sure to captivate viewers. With my creativity and skill, along with your content, assets, and ideas, I can bring your vision into the simulation. I offer the following services: video clipping and organization, content creation, VFX, SFX, and motion graphics, intro and outro assets. Requests may be taken upon further discussion. So if you're a content creator, short on time because you're out living your best life, or you wish you could focus all your energy into producing content, reach out to Asylum 99 Studios today.
What are you waiting for?
What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for?
Don't settle for mediocre videos. Hire me as your freelance video editor and create videos that meet your standards. Asylum 99 Studios. Release your creativity.
Welcome back, Camp folks. Today, we're going to talk about one of my most loathed subjects, right? The Central Impotence Agency, or as y'all like to call them, the CIA. Now, today's video isn't going to be nothing deep. I just want to point out a play that they like to run. When somebody is out spreading the truth, exposing their nefarious plot schemes and actions, they retaliate with character assassination, financial sabotage, and a host of other methods. But instead of me sitting down here talking to you guys about it, I'm gonna go ahead and roll the footage for you guys. So let's get to it.
Intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you.
You briefed the press, did you not, when you were there? When we, the CIA, wanted to circulate disinformation on a particular issue, disinformation is not necessarily a lie, it may be a half-truth. And we would pick out a journalist, I would go do the briefing and hope that he would put the information in print.
The Central Intelligence Agency operates under National Security Council Memo 10-2, which says that it can engage in criminal activity, it can overthrow governments, it can control media as long as it's plausibly deniable.
Okay, so first, we're going to cover those two statements, right? So, the agent prior to this gentleman right here said that they utilize half-truths when they give reporters and journalists stories to cover. Now, that's important because you cannot tell a lie without an element of the truth. What do I mean by that? You need your lie to be believable. So your lie has to revolve around and be closely correlated with the truth. Second, he just stated that the CIA's lackeys can commit crimes and do heinous things, and all the leadership has to do for it to be acceptable is to feign ignorance.
Man, this is some bullshit!
Oh, I didn't know about that. That had nothing to do with me. So from here on out, I can't speak for y'all, but for me, anytime I hear a public official outside the CIA or not, if you're one of these ABC soup companies, or ABC soup operations, anytime I hear you say, you don't know, not only do you know, but it's going to be way deeper than whatever small bits of information leak out to us. Let's continue.
Once these agencies are imbued with this power over speech and it becomes embedded and mature, the entire administration and ebb and flow of elections comes under its heel.
How many times did I tell you the whole Sandy Hook lawsuit operation was run by the CIA and the FBI, and now it's all admitted?
Gavin O'Blennis is a contracting officer at the CIA. O'Blennis worked for the FBI in 2021 and 2022 in the San Diego office, moved on to Homeland Security where he conducted asylum interviews at the southern border, and now works for the CIA managing multi-million-dollar contracts across government agencies and private sector vendors.
Now, I just wanted to stop it real quick before we dig in to the information he's about to present. To all my kinfolk that are out here doing content creation, and not really content creation, my kinfolk that's out here bringing that real, dropping them truth bombs. These are the motherfuckers that be messing with your channel. Goofy looking inbred hicks like this.
Fuck that! I don't need that shit in my life. I don't need none of it.
His mom and dad are brothers. And just by judging by that look on his face, he a rainbow mobster as well. Now, who do you hear describing these people in such a way? Chief Red. For those of you who don't know, Jim Red Wolf. Now, what this dude's getting ready to say, it's very telling, so I want y'all to pay attention once this goober gets on the screen.
Managing multi-million-dollar contracts across government agencies and private sector vendors.
He's a contract manager over large contract operations. That's a boss. That's like a mini section chief. Saying all of this and admitting all of this like it's no big deal. He needs to be subpoenaed by Congress. I am planning to launch a lawsuit against the CIA and the FBI. We have to bring all this out. And right as my bankruptcy comes to a close and right as all this stuff's being finalized, it's really God working here that this came out of this content.
Alex Jones, you have a right to be a little bit flustered, right? Your feathers should be flustered right now with what that agent, that former CIA guy or that CIA guy said about you. It's true, America. They're coming after Donald Trump. They're coming after anybody that's a mega movement individual. We got to push back.
We call it a nudge. A nudge. A nudge. Sometimes you just got to give them a quick little, just to see what happens, right?
This is the CIA goober that we just saw previously. Did you hear what he said? He went on explaining one of their little experimental tactics, the nudge, right? So basically, they'll go out there, put some bait out there to see who reacts, or to see if their subject, their target, reacts. The desired response, well, I'm going to let him explain.
What happened? You put a post out there, or you have some fake profile say something that triggers, that we know is going to trigger them, right? Like we already know your history.
Like a big influencer that you're after.
You always want the biggest and loudest.
So, that would explain what they do with all your data from your mobile devices and computers. So, the next time you see some stupid content on the internet, faceless account, saying some outlandish stuff, you gotta take a second and think, is this a real person or is it a bot? And this includes me, because sometimes I still fall into that.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, so we were after him.
You are? Are you still after him? Why?
Because he's broke. He got found guilty and had to pay like $100 million.
So why were you after him?
We're not anymore.
Just to get the money from him?
Yeah.
Was that court case used? Was that a CIA
Sure
thing?
was.
That was the agency thing?
Well, actually it was a defamation case. So it's a civil, not government. But we were looking at all of his followers on our purview. It's a civil matter. But since they got all this access to his stuff and it's there, what can we go find?
And did you find anything?
I can't tell you.
Oh, we did. We don't encourage people, but like we just say there's no federal statute being broken, but you do have the option for a civil case, and it's a pretty good case.
Nice.
In our opinion.
So, oh, that makes so much sense.
Man, this is some bullshit.
Now, did y'all hear that? I'm not gonna waste time rehashing it. You can hit the rewind button, right? If they can't find something criminal on you, they'll come at you with frivolous civil cases. Now, if you're talking to me, stuff like that, that's not court. It's a racket. It's an operation. As the bozo over here just admitted, it's to drain your funds, snatch your payola. So, if you are a person that's out here spreading the truth around, you should keep an eye out. Because maybe some of these things that go left in your life might be from outside forces and not just life coming down on you.
I have a cousin who's a lawyer, so that's a lot of these cases. They're kind of encouraged by the FBI.
Yeah, like there's nothing federal law we can do, but civilly, we can go at him that way and chop his legs off.
What the establishment engage in is lawfare, where they engage in legal complexity, opponents or dissidents, in order to drain their resources, whether that's Donald Trump or Alex Jones or ad infinitum. Any truly dissident or dissenting voice may face a series of measures to bring them down, but the common problem is dissent and the ability to convey information to you that may make you less obedient and more compliant.
In my experience, living on your knees, you die a lot quicker and your life's terrible and you die 1,000 deaths. That's been said many times. Hero dies but once, but the coward dies 1,000 deaths. So I'm very honored to be here with you. I'm very thankful to God. I'm very thankful to the audience and the great activists and the crew for battling through all this. We're being totally vindicated right now. So this is quite a moment, but we are winning battles. We've not won the war, but we are turning the tide together.
As an ex-CIA agent opposed to the disinformation activities in which I was involved. I admit that I was involved, and I think it served no useful purpose. Propagandizing the American public or Congress is not the CIA's job.
So, you guys heard it for yourself, right? It's time for us, the so-called American people. I'm talking about everybody, not just the ninjas right now. Everybody who claims that they love this land. Our enemy is out front and center in front of us. As you can see, a lot of their lackeys are goofy enough to come out and tell you what they do. That was probably Project Veritas now that I'm thinking about it. Shout out to them. But the main thing I wanted to express to you guys through this video was that if the mainstream media and the herd at large is demonizing somebody, you should probably take a step back and do your own due diligence and research to see who that person is and what it is that they're doing, and if you should be supporting their upheaval. I'll say it like that. Enjoy your mind trip, but don't trip on your mind. No man is safe from the war going on outside. Absolutely.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy. Go on.
I am a human being. I exist.
Delusions, Mr. Wordsworth. Delusions.
Send the word.